So guys, let me tell you something. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for Thursday to get here because our faves are gonna be outside. And of course, every time they're outside, there's a meltdown. There's a meltdown. And let me tell you something. It appears that we're not done talking about Paris Fashion Week. If you are, girl, you need to wake up. Get back, and what are you doing? Because it's still the talk. That's what's happening. The buzz around this, I don't think it's going to die anytime. Remember when Meghan and Harry went to that Beyonce concert, the Cowboy Carter tour? They looked so good. Remember? Do you guys remember? And do you remember the meltdown because of how good they looked, the pictures? And it went on for months. We kept talking about that. So it appears the Paris Fashion Week, the stories are not dying down. In fact, they just keep getting crazy, wilder, amazing, whatever it is. And all that matters is my girl. People are talking about my girl. She's everywhere. And her making an appearance into the fashion industry, the buzz that has created, everything. The bag she had sold out, the shoes sold out. I'm telling you, if Balenciaga does not make her a house ambassador, they're dumb as F. They are dumb as F. Like, let me just tell you that. If they don't, because that will be a missed opportunity. That will be stupid not to do. Or if there's brands out there, they need to see Meghan's influence. And here's the thing, I realized I've done stories about Paris Fashion Week and I've not been able to tell you how there's fashion magazines are describing her. And I'm telling you, it is so amazing. And again, it's making, these derangers, putting these derangers in a meltdown. Putting these derangers in a meltdown. Literally, I kid you not, these derangers are completely pissed. And before I continue first, there's this post that Nico made on X. Shout out to Nico, and it was a picture of Meghan at Balenciaga, and then you have Kate at I don't know where she was, and look at the likes. Look at the likes ratio. So Meghan has 187,000 likes and about 13.4k comments. Look at Kate. Kate has 49,000 likes and 296. Again, who is the irrelevant one? I leave that for you in the comments. Let me know who is the irrelevant one. So let's get to business. I love it when Meghan gets praise from this, fashion, houses, from these fashion tabloids, whatever. It just, they know it. And I love when they acknowledge her power. I love that they acknowledge just how amazing she is. So I came across bits, like I took snippets. I'm not going to read the entire thing. I'm just going to focus on my goal. So one is from Harper's Bazaar, and then the next one is from New York Times. And the way they're praising my girl, these parts are what is setting the ranges off. They are pissed because they want these fashion houses, these fashion designers, whatever, to cut ties with Meghan, not to work with Meghan. But I think they're thinking twice about that, given how she's created so much buzz. In fact, they named Meghan, let me put that out before I even continue. Meghan named biggest celebrity get of the week during Paris Fashion Week. Don't you dare. Mind you, there are other big celebrities, but guess who's, all eyes were on who? I want you to guess, all eyes were on who? Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. And I love that for my girl. I can go on and on. So let me read this first part. This is from, wait, let me confirm. This is from Harper's Bazaar, and they said, held at Balenciaga's headquarters, Piccioli's debut show got off to a spectacular start when the last front row guest whisked in wearing all white. All hail Meghan Sussex. This was undoubtedly the biggest celebrity get of the week, and gasps could be heard in the room and on the social media videos that captured her entrance moments before the show began. Did you hear that? They did not fake that, because we saw that happening. The videos showing that the gasps, and I think the people in the room had more of them because the videos, there's so much noise. They should. My girl looked killer. She looked amazing. And I have another one. This is from New York Post, and they said, it takes a lot for the jaded fashion crowd to get excited about a celebrity. Even Kim Kardashian's appearance at Maison Margiela with cropped hair that made her look like she was cosplaying her mother merely elicited amused grins. Ditto Ina Garten popping up at Hermes to enjoy the parade of leather. But when Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, swept into the Balenciaga show on Saturday night, she in a floor-length white shawl, every smartphone swiveled in her wake. Nearby, Lawrence Sanchez Bezos caused less of a kerfuffle. I'm telling you, these parts are making rounds. These parts of the articles are making rounds on X, and the derangers are pissed about that because all eyes were on who, and they hate that because they want people to hate Harry and Meghan, but it's quite the opposite. Meghan was loved. They gasped. If they had not gasped, I would have gone and found each and. Okay, I'm not gonna make threats. Let me just leave it out there. But my girl is so loved, and this makes me happy. I want her back in the fashion scenes because I know she's gonna kill it. I want her in the fashions, be a runway, make her a brand ambassador. I don't know what these fashion houses need. They're sleeping on Meghan. They're really sleeping on Meghan. I hope Balenciaga makes the right decision, makes her a house ambassador or something, because what? The way she's giving them so much coverage, the way, in fact, even the New York Post has Meghan, like they wrote about the entire Balenciaga, fashion collection. And listen, guess who is the front of that article? It's Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Love that for my girl. Love that for my girl. Anyway, let me get to the comments. I have very few comments because I want more comments from you. All right? This is just a story that was making rounds, and I was like, I'm about to let you in on it because my girl, to be called, the celebrity get of the week. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how huge that is? And on top of that, for people to, the moment you walk out, everyone, their cell phones are in it. Mind you, there are other celebrities who you may say are bigger than Meghan, but Meghan is the moment to date. People are talking about her. And that's all that matters. So anyway, I have been commented. Let me get. I have a few comments here. Wait. So hold on. You have Alex says, this is in regards to that post, Nico, where they're comparing Meghan and Kate, where Meghan has more views and Kate has more likes and Kate has very little likes. So Alex replies to that post and says, Kitty is irrelevant. It's staged, empty, and you can't get away from history. Then this picture of Kate saying racism is ugly. Very true. Aura says the only thing they have in common is that they married into that family. Otherwise, Meghan is in her own league, thriving and living her best influential life. Couldn't be more happier for my girl. Montecito says Meghan is born with royalty in her blood, pure elegance and class as British royal family should be put, and she doesn't need British royal family approval, that she's far above the rest. T says she served, she nailed it, and she owned the media. Meanwhile, we have Lazy Bones here, who does not want to be known for her clothes, but also not known for her work either. Whatever her stance says, these two aren't comparable. Meghan owns KT. It says we can never compare. Meghan comes at the top always. They don't hate Meghan. They're fans secretly. Very true. Because if they loved Mumbles or whatever, they'll be paying attention to whatever Mumbles has. If buying things or the leftover rolls. But no, they're fixated on Meghan. Just says, why? Don't you need my fashion contacts? I've been seeing this meme making rounds on the internet. It's so funny. It is so funny. So what do you think, guys? I want to know your thoughts about this entire thing. Meghan, being hailed by these fashion tabloids, fashion magazines. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.